Alright. I'm just testing that everything is working out okay. And that the stream is indeed recording.
Let them, bro. How does she do? How does him do it? Let them, bro.
Yep. Okay.
How does she do?
It looks like things are working. Yep. Okay. It looks like things are working. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna. Okay. Alright. How loud is the background stuff for you, like the TV? I know my daughter's talking a little bit here and there, but how's the TV for you guys?
I mean, the TV's not bad for me. Like, I can hear your daughter talking, but it's not too bad.
Everything okay for you this party?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a recap. Last week, Laurent had asked the crew to help him investigate a well he found. He didn't really know what to expect. All he really knew is he had this coin given to him by Chip, and that this well was a source of power and control for Hades itself, and that Chip had said that Laurent would need to go there and he said destroy the well in order to untether Laurent. I'll say you guys went into the after a bit of collecting and door destroying. You guys made your way over to sort of a older gambling den and found a fountain which contained this well. Going inside, you found a child and a house which sort of mirrored this fake, unauthentic ideal of what Laurent didn't have as a child. And that child was having a birthday. The child did not like Alex or Mox, and they were uninvited. And that uninvitation started off a epic fight with the Octopus of Lamentation. Meanwhile, Laurent went inside, not according to his will, but that is the power of Hades, and observed this sort of fake existence, eventually finding himself to the dark basement where a more true representation of his childhood life was there. That childhood life didn't seem to like Laurent's new existence of having friends, of having a connection. He felt that it was weakening Laurent. But after a touching moment and a display of power, he too was convinced and rejoined Laurent's soul in its entirety. And that display of power was able to finish off the octopus after a long fight that did not leave everyone unscathed. Alex unfortunately had a bit of a dip in the river, and it left him feeling not quite himself. So he is now off with Rachel to have a bit of a vacation to ease his mind. Any questions? No. Okay. Laurent, why don't you, or Vesperti, why don't you start us off with Laurent's monologue?
Okay. The flowers of the office are happy to see me. I have been neglecting them, and it is unfair of me, I know. They deserve a bit better. I know. It is unchanged as to how I've left it. Sunny and open and bright. And it is different. I've never entered this place and felt off-kilter or like I didn't belong, but today, this week, it feels as if I am a stranger. I suppose I can attribute that to quite a few things. It isn't often that I am put off edge, and it is rare to be thrown into a chaos I cannot wrangle to my own will, for I am the master of myself. I am the master of my own power, and all that has driven me has always been by my own initiative. The iron will I possess, the abilities I've honed, all of it from years of torment and pain. I did these things. All of these things, painful and twisted, are aspects of myself, and I, in a way, cherish them. Perhaps in a way that others cannot understand. I would not ever have changed it. Even the fleeting dreams in childhood, wishes for saviors or angels, as powerful as that need had once been, I don't need those dreams anymore, though the wishing cannot be undone. Looking at it at an angle, I would never go back. I have never gone back. I accepted certain truths, and I have always regretted nothing, needed no pity. But I suppose it is why I am so furious, and it is so rare that I feel enough for anger or for love or joy or sadness, that perhaps that is why I feel so wrong standing here. Years of survival washes away all resentments. Years of starvation and clawing and wishing wash away silly notions of anger or malignance. To know no love or kindness, or to see it as a brutality, all that too gets smoothed away when you can think of nothing else but how to eat. I know my childhood was bad. I know I was wronged. I know I was a victim, and I know that I am broken, and nothing can fix that. I don't possess the capacity to see why it should be fixed at all, which is perhaps part of the problem that Dmitri says that I have. And my smaller shard seems so certain that I cared about what could have been, so certain that the image of that home was what I desired, that it is so funny. I suppose Hades knows me very little if it thinks that was at all attractive. And yet I keep rolling it over in my mind anyway, and keep finding it so striking to see myself from the outside. How small I was, how wild my eyes were, that I was such an angry little predator. And I have to wonder what monsters in the world are worse than I, if I alone was the only one who had a problem with a child starved in a basement. Then again, I know very well the monstrosities that lie in dormant people. And still, I would have chosen no other option. Even now, my power feels more content, although weaker in calling. I feel more content. And at the end of the day, I still know who I am. Hades must know that I will always choose me. Surely it must know. If not because I am an adult and it is my responsibility as a doctor, or that I simply don't share, is another thing. I suppose, all my life, I am to be the gardener myself. Hades must know that too, even if it is only to myself. And I realize now that flowers are nice, and thorns are nice, and venom is nice when it's needed, but it is really the roots that truly matter. Which brings me to my own realizations. A hard truth I didn't want to acknowledge. Living for myself is one thing, to live for others is a separate matter entirely. And yet it was a lesson I had to teach, wasn't it? I have roots now. Yes, I am older. Yes, I am stronger. Yes, I have muscles from eating, but the only real difference from me and that boy all these years are the roots, aren't they? And so many are so fragile. They all need care. And though the piece of me that is reclaimed is healed, and though I safeguard it now with perhaps more affection than I have ever known, I look at these roots, my friendships, Alex and Moxley, who went straight to hell for me, and I still can't. Still don't understand why. Dimitri, the man who was my gardener. And perhaps even the small, fragile, little things that are Annalise and Chip. Traditional means cannot mend me. But this, Hades has done so in a way I did not expect. And I have to wonder if that was its purpose this whole time. I'll have to ask Annalise about it. In any case, I won't neglect the garden here again, and I should put myself together. My 9 o'clock is about to be here, and if I am to be clear of the person they're sending, it will be Officer Rhodes, which does mean a bit of a tough case for me. Then again, there is no case I cannot handle. I am the master of me, and there was no one worse off than myself. As I settle in my chair, as I make the sun just a little bit warmer, I can hear them on the other side of the door. One is shuffling their feet. He certainly doesn't want to be here. That's all right. I am a doctor, after all. A gardener. I am the final arbiter.
That was wonderful, Miss Sparty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna skip us forward a couple days. Let's say 3 days from the time that the well was emptied. It's late. Not quite 1 a.m. The buzz of the amplifiers are coursing through your body, Mox. You've just finished a great jam session with your crew in that upgraded apartment Perez started renting out 4 months ago. It's nice, it's spacious, it's got a kitchen, an office for Kyra, enough space for the band to play, and even a place to store all your band equipment. Perez didn't show today. Nia said he was on busy business, which is rare but not unheard of. Art starts off, "Whew, hot damn! I think we got it. I didn't think I'd be ready for this. I didn't think I'd like the new cans at first, but I can't argue with the results. What do you say, Mox? Think we're ready for the major leagues?"
Yeah, baby, I think it's time. We need to get out and get some better gigs, more money, more pay. You know, bigger crowds. I want to feel them roaring.
That's what I'm saying. What about you, Nia? And give me a second. Let me open up. God, why? Sometimes I'm so bad at these. What about you, Nia? And looks. She's just seems a little like sad, like a little melancholy. I just wish Perez wasn't so busy. It'd be easier to do this if he was here.
Where is he anyways? He's always nagging at me, trying to saying I'm missing practices, but where's he gone?
He's out with business. He's been really pushing hard to get this gig. You know, you guys want the bigger venue, and he's been trying to push hard. A lot of no's, but that's how it goes, I guess.
Well, we're never gonna get that big gig if he's out here to practice. We need him here.
Yeah, I suppose so. Roxy walks up to you. She takes out a pack of cigarettes and kind of smacks your back a little bit, and says, Max, it's okay. Prez is the best. I see him working on his off time. I'm sure he'll be here next time. Hey, I'm gonna go out for a smoke. Anybody with? And she looks around, and pretty much everyone's nodding, and that's when Kyra steps out of her office and looks at you, Max. Max, I got some business to go over. I need you in my office. She immediately walks back into her office. What do you do?
Hey, it's time for a gig. I'll go into the office.
Yeah. She shuts the door behind you and sits down at her desk. You walk in and look around. God, my brain cannot read this and say it right. Kyra's desk is just a mess of papers. On top of that mess is a bottle of Jack Daniels and a recently used shot glass. Kyra starts frantically searching through her office cabinets, looking for something. What do you do while she's looking?
I think I'll pop over in the bottle of Jack and pour myself some and be like, you really need to get this place in order. How could you even find yourself here? Is there even a chair here?
She pretty much ignores you and continues, and then she pulls out a manila envelope, spins it around, shoves it over to you, and opens it all in one forceful gesture. Without missing a beat, she grabs a well-crafted fountain pen, custom made, with the Vapid Vapors color, logo, name on it. This pen, she really cared about this, about your band, about everything. This is not something she just got forever. This is something she put a lot of, she wanted this, and she got it custom made for herself. On the back of it, even her name is embroidered in gold lining. You've never seen the pen before, but you know it's custom made. She then grabs the whiskey. She grabs the shot glass from you as you put it down, and grabs herself some. Mox, I got some good news and some bad news. She starts shaking as she pours the glass.
We'll start with the good news first. I don't want to hear the bad news if I don't need to.
Mox. Good news is that Perez loves you like a brother. This band, everything, should anything ever happen to him, he left it to you. The bad news is neither of us are probably going to see him ever again. And just as you're about to ask why or what the fuck is going on, anything like that, she puts up a finger. Says, "Don't ask, Mox. I'm serious. It's the best for the both of us."
Whoa, listen. Don't ask. No, I need to ask. You told me you come in here for business, but you're telling me, what? You guys are running off? Are you guys secretly together? Like, does Nina know? Like, what are you two talking about?
I'm stepping down as manager. Perez is gone. She isn't looking you in the eye when she says that. I'm stepping down as manager, Mox. I'm out. It's been a good run, but this is it for me. And she's shaking as she pours herself another shot.
No, we need to rewind quite a bit here. Wait.
Good?
Why? Why are you stepping down? Is it about money? We can pay you more. Like, we're about to get these huge gigs. First is trying to get one right now.
It's not about the money, Mox. Look, I just can't be associated with this line of work anymore. I need to get out of the city.
Are you in trouble? Like if you and Prez are in trouble, like, is it money? Is it drugs? Do you owe the wrong person something? I don't understand. You guys love the band. What's going on?
Give me an investigation check.
Uh, can I use something like sniff out a social disaster?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna say the hard move here is just that you have no idea, what, Kyra is just not opening up to you. She's afraid, and I'm going to give Kyra as a hard move. I'm going to give Kyra a status. I don't have an actor to... Actually, I do. Never mind. Why did I say that? Give me... Deeply afraid. Okay. Or, you know, let me see. Can I just drag this to her? No. Deeply afraid. 3. Yeah. You can tell that Kyra is terrified, but she's not opening up. And you're just not really able to get much out of her. Mox, just sign the papers. The band is yours. Take it where you need to take it. Everything here. I gotta go. It's around this time you hear a shout from outside of the office. Help! Max! Somebody! You can tell it's Nia's voice. What do you do?
I'm like, hold that thought. You don't stay right there. You're not leaving. You stay in here, and I'm gonna run out to Nia.
Okay, yeah. You run. As you walk out, only Nia's there. She's bruised in the face, and there's tears in her eyes. Max, men in black cars have rolled up. They just grabbed everybody. We were just down there for a smoke. I bit one and got away. Please, Max, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. What's going on?
Wait here. All right. Listen, everything's gonna be fine. Are they already gone?
I I don't know. I don't know. They just grabbed them and shoved them into cars, into their cars, and they drove. I think they were driving off. I don't know. I bit one of them and I just ran up here.
All right. Call the police. Stay in here, and I'm gonna run out and try and see if I can see the cars.
Yeah. You don't get, but like, you're on the second story, right? This is a flat, and you don't get but a couple steps down, and you hear the screeching of the cars drive off. As you rush out, they're gone. You don't even see them, and nobody's there. It's cold and dark and black outside.
I think Mox would be on the street yelling and kind of like a lot of profanity. Not yelling, but like praying, like "fuck balls! What is going on?" And then would probably try and go upstairs and immediately confront Kyra.
Yeah, you walk back upstairs, and you just, the door is slightly cracked, and you just shove open the door to confront Kyra. She's gone. The window is open, and you look out. She escaped through the fire exit.
The hell is going on? I immediately would. I mean, can I like if I look out, do I see her at all anywhere? Or is she like just gone?
Give me an investigation check, but I'm going to add some pretty gnarly status effects.
Okay, I have nothing that's gonna help this.
Quick in the night. All right. It is a Hail Mary roll, but you can roll for it. Make sure to add, or make sure to subtract quick in the night for.
Okay, I think this is subtracting it.
Go get the brush and brush your hair, and then bring it here, and I'll do it.
Oh wait, it says roll for somebody. Okay.
Yeah, they're just gone. You don't see them at all.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
You do it, and then I'll do it.
I'll run out to Nia and be like, "Where are the police? Did you get a hold of them?"
They're on their way.
Oh, Ja! Did you? Oh man, I think Mox would start like panicking, holding his head and being like, "What is happening? Everyone like just got kidnapped. Kyra and Perez are like, I don't. Perez, where is Perez? You need to tell me where he is. Who is he talking to?"
I don't know. He was just, he said he needed to go out on some business. I'll call him right now. Yeah. No, I'll call him right now. And she like gets out her phone. She's shaking. She is terrified. She starts dialing a number. Dial. Voicemail.
Oh man,
He didn't answer. She starts bawling.
all right, listen. I don't know what's going on. Well, we're gonna figure this out. Do you know anyone he was talking to? Anywhere he could have been in the last night or 2 nights?
I don't. He was talking to this like producer guy, about like a gig, but that didn't go over well. He said no. I don't know. He's talked to a lot of people lately. She seems really flustered, and is having a hard time recalling much.
All right, we need something. Oh, we need to find. I don't know what's going on. Does he keep any notes or notepads in his office? Like, we need to head back to his apartment.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Max.
you're clearly in no condition to drive. I'll drive us there.
Okay. Max, don't leave me alone. I don't. I don't want these guys to get me.
I won't. I definitely won't.
All right. Yeah. So you go down to your car. And you know where he lives, where both Nia and him live. And you drive to his. Where does he live? Well, I'll let you describe that. Does he live in an apartment? Does he live in a house? What's it like?
I think he's still living in an apartment. Like, it's sort of like it's a very modest apartment. Like, it's not anything like crazy. It's very like a generic, typical with like he'll have some like band posters and like maybe some albums hanging on the wall, but nothing too crazy.
Okay, yeah.
I think definitely along the way, I'm gonna call Lauren because I would like some of her cop friends to maybe take a look into this.
All right, Lauren, ring ring.
What time is it again?
It is 1:00 in the morning.
Okay. I think on the second to last ring before it would go through to voicemail, it picks up. Hello, Moxley.
Lauren, listen. Something crazy's happened. I have no information, or I have barely any information. We were just at band practice, and these black cars drove up. Yeah, black cars, right? I would assume it would be like, yeah. And these black cars come up and just kidnapped everyone while they're outside smoking. Kyra disappeared. We can't get a hold of Perez. We called the cops, but we're on the way over to Perez's apartment to see if we can find anything. I listen. I don't know. Kyra was saying some crazy things that like her and Perez were going to disappear, and it seems like they owe money or something to the wrong people, and maybe the wrong people came and I don't know, took them for blackmail. I have no idea. I have no idea, Lauren.
All right. Okay. Where are you going? And I will meet you there.
We're going to Perez's apartment, and I'll give you like the address.
All right. I'm on my way. Whatever's happening, Moxley, it's going to be all right. You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine. I was inside when they came. God, I wish I went outside. I wish I smoked.
Well, I'm glad that you don't. It's a terrible habit. I'm on my way.
All right, I'll see you there.
And he'll head on over. He's not going to call Dawson Quinn just yet. Because I think some primary investigation is in order. But I think by the time he gets there, he pulls up in the DeLorean. You can probably hear it coming.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Mox, you did have Nia call the cops, and then you guys left.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay. That's fine. We'll just.
Mox is not the most rational thinker.
Yeah. No, that's fine. All right. As long as we're cool with that in canon. All right. So you arrive at the apartment. Lauren, I'm gonna have you arrive a little bit later.
That's perfectly fine. He's going to need time to get there.
Mox, you and Nia arrive at the apartment. This is, it's a typical apartment, so this is a multi-story, whatever. Nia keys into the main. There doesn't seem to be, there's a crack on the window, in the front, plane, but you've seen that before. That's been there. You walk up 3 stories up to the apartment, and as you walk in, you see the door open. The lock to the door has been quickly just busted through. Somebody used some sort of
Are you done?
device. It's hard to tell what exactly did it, but the door is just completely busted in.
Okay, I think Mox will motion for Nia to stop and wait outside, and he's gonna try and go in and take a look around to see if anyone's still there.
Yeah, as you walk in, you can see signs of a struggle, signs of a fight. There is a lamp just on the floor, broken glass, shattered all around the kitchen floor. Pillows, whatever, some stuff been kicked off from the couch. The place is a mess from what is obviously some sort of struggle.
All right, but there's nobody still here. It's a mess, right?
As far as you can tell, nobody's still here. No.
All right. Nick. All right. Sorry. See if it's coming. Listen. Before you go in, like everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna find Perez. But it looks like someone might have came for him tonight.
No. You can see she's trying to stay composed, and she's trying to stay composed for you, but she's distraught.
All right. Moxley, would you just be sitting like, think, Moxley, think, if I were a cop, what would I do? What would I do? Oh, they came here, maybe they were looking for something. Maybe he had something, and I think I'm gonna I'd like to look around and see if it seems like there's anything missing. Like they might have rummaged through some specific file cabinet or something like that.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh, yeah. I have nothing for these.
Yeah, you can just do your human being based investigation check. That's totally fine.
Yep. Any other effects or just roll away?
Nah, just roll away. Nothing negative, nothing positive. All right, yeah. I mean, it's totally destroyed. You don't really find much of anything. Laurent, you show up at the apartment. The address that Mox gave you. I assume you're gonna call up because the door is closed and you would be locked out of it.
I think he pulls up because Nia's still outside, yes?
Nia is outside of the apartment, but inside the apartment complex.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to pull up, turn down the blasting heavy metal music that's coming through. And is going to ring Moxley.
Mox?
Yeah. I would definitely mean the answer. Lauren, are you here?
Yes, I've just arrived. Are you inside already?
I'm in here. It doesn't look good. It looks like somebody broke in and there was some kind of fight here.
We'll rove through it piece by piece. We'll just be very thorough.
I don't know. The place is a disaster, but I'll buzz him up.
Before Lauren enters, can he take a survey around to see if there's anyone watching, any any stakeout car,
Come down here.
black.
You want it, you can
Give me an
eat
investigation check.
You can't don't eat so
It
much
is night.
because it can make you sick.
And I have a pretty keen eye for details. So would those 2 tags apply at this point in time where he
Yeah.
can see very well and
Yes. I want to. Yeah, I will give you both of those.
Mom, how many YouTubes can I watch?
2. Do you have your pillow?
hey, not bad.
Okay, so first question. First question. You're looking to see if anyone is watching, correct?
Yeah. Is there anyone sort of staked out? Specifically, I know they came in black cars, so and I'm familiar with police structure and shady business. I actually have underground information. I'm gonna use that here to look for gangster cars. Oh wow.
There is no one staked out, but there are cameras on the building. And those cameras are moving. As it, maybe not exactly on you, per se, but like you see the cameras actively moving around. So there is somebody watching, but you can make no conclusions on who's associated with those cameras.
Okay. I will take a note of it. And I'll go ahead and bank my next clue if that's okay.
That is totally fine.
Because it's going to be probably in pertainance to those cameras later.
Yeah. Your investigation, the soft move here is the investigation exposes you to danger.
Mom, tomorrow's school.
It is.
So I'm staying upstairs, that's why.
Oh.
I am going to do something, but I will hold off on that until a later time. Go ahead.
That's why I said you could sleep.
Okay. Then he will enter in,
But you can sleep upstairs.
adjust his glasses, and make his way on up to where I assume Moxley has buzzed him into.
Then why are you taking your
He sees Nia outside the door.
Yes.
Hello again.
Mox, why don't you describe Nia for us?
Okay. She's probably like around 5'5". She's got kind of like, I don't know exactly how to describe the haircut. It's short. It's like a pixie cut sort of thing. That's kind of pink.
Mm-hmm.
She usually wears contacts, but sometimes you'll sometimes see her in glasses when she doesn't put them in. She would definitely be wearing like some kind of like tank top with like baggy kind of pants, some sort of thing.
Got it. Okay. Go on.
And Nia's part of the band, right?
Correct.
Yeah, she's part of that.
So he would have met her when he showed up for Mox's last show, correct?
Definitely,
with the off-brand Moxley pins.
Yeah, with the opera Mox, yeah, definitely would have met him there.
Laurent is gonna reach up, sort of take her in, notice her shiner. Hello again, Nia.
Hi, Lawrence.
You look like you took quite a beating. Do you want me to tend to that real quick?
Yeah, actually, if you could.
Yeah, it would be no problem. If you can get ice on it quickly, then these things tend to go away rather. And he's gonna move forward. I would like to heal her eye.
Yeah, go ahead and roll change the game for me.
And I would like to activate also my soothing presence because I think she's scared. Correct?
Yeah, Although, what is your is there a greater goal here, or do you just want to kind of calm her nerves at the end of the day?
I want to calm her nerves. I think that with her being calmer, she might remember more information.
Okay.
As she's put into a better state of mind rather than a state of panic.
Find my
Okay.
favorite movie.
Frozen?
I'm going to
You can choose
do
whatever you
this.
But not The Simpsons.
Let me put, oh no, I actually
Alright, I'll put
me
something on.
delete
I'm gonna take a
her.
shower.
Nia here. All right. I'm going to give her a status of freaked out. It's pretty significant. It's a freaked out 3. And I'm gonna give her a bruised 1. The injuries are not bruised 1. You are free to reduce the statuses as you see fit, or give your own status. But yeah, I'm happy to do happy for you to do a change the game for both soothing presence and what was the other one? I'm sorry.
The magic touch is my healing.
Yes, I'm happy for you to do both and then apply it to either status that you choose.
Okay.
So long as you succeed.
Do you want me to do them separately since I have 2 different goals?
So yeah, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to heal her, if your end goal is to heal her, then just do the healing for 1. If your end goal is to calm her down, then just do the 1 roll in order to reduce her status.
I do want to heal her. That is one of my goals.
Okay,
For sure.
for that one, don't use Soothing Presence, just use the Healing Touch.
Okay. And then I'm hoping that by sort of reducing that, maybe that gives me an effect for calming her down. But I don't know.
I'll give you both a magic touch and healing for calming her down for your next thing. By the way, you're bound to Hades. You can reduce that by 1 whenever you like. Okay. 8. Sweet. Yeah. So we'll get rid of the bruise status. You touch her face, and actually, why don't you describe it for us? What do you do that removes her injuries?
I think what he does is he just reaches out a hand and just sort of rims the area of, like, I think he's playing it off. The mist is probably going to play it off like he has like a cold water bottle or something. But he just sort of rims the area to make a perimeter and just wills the inflammations and the injury in that area to speed up until it is gone.
Yeah, Nian mentioned something about you having a really good medical lotion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
And then, yeah, if you want to make her not so freaked out, go ahead and roll, and you can roll both for that, given that you reduced her bruising.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and try again to see if I can get her to just calm down by activating my unnatural soothing presence. I have some other things for this, but I don't think I can apply them because they're on Logos tags, but also because I don't think Nia's a criminal.
Yeah, that would be... yeah, I don't think so either. So why don't you just do those 2?
Oh, I don't think I added her freaked out status.
You don't have to. I didn't want you to.
Okay.
So that's fine. No, because her freaked out isn't preventing you from soothing her. It's just preventing her from remembering things necessarily. So yeah, you reduce that by 2. She's now only freaked out 1. So you can tell she's soothed down. She's calming. she's starting to relax.
I'm hoping that by doing this, we can later ask her questions and she won't be as.
You totally can.
I assume that Moxley is inside, Nia.
She is, yeah. Or he is, yeah.
Right. I am going to ask you to come in. He says that it's a mess in there, so I don't intend for you to poke around, but just so that you're not out here all alone.
Okay.
Right, let's go. Let's go in.
Yeah.
And he's gonna head inside and just sort of get her to an area where it's less chaos, so that she doesn't have to think about what's going on around here. And then he's immediately probably gonna hear out wherever Moxley is. So I don't imagine Moxley is stealthy in any way, shape, or form.
No, you would hear Moxley like dumping through boxes or like anything.
And I think Lauren immediately goes in to look around.
Yeah.
And then focuses in on Moxley. Moxley.
Oh, Lauren, thankfully you're here.
Oh,
I-
it was no problem. After what you've done for me, I don't. This is the least I could do. Have you already checked his office?
I'm
Does
going
he
to
have
like.
one?
I can't find anything. Yeah, it would have some kind of an office. I can't find anything. Like there has to be something in here, but I can't put heads or tails to it. It just none of it makes sense. It all happened so suddenly.
Well, let's split up what we're looking for first. Let's see if we can uncover any documents, any papers, any records, a ledger book, maybe, that he would have had.
Any calendar, itinerary, anything from the last few days. It's
Yes,
just
let's start there, and then after that, maybe we investigate to see exactly if we can put a real timeline on what has happened here between A to C, where things started, where they ended.
like that makes so much sense.
All right, well, let's get to work. Why don't you show me around?
They kind of take you through like the living room. There's a bunch of things hanging up. Prez would have like an office, and he'd have a couple instruments, kind of like um, laying like at least one or two like guitars like laying around. Assuming he's got some kind of desk with a bunch of things.
Yeah, the living room is where things went down. Just obviously from looking around, and anybody could tell. Everything else looks untouched.
So yeah, I do have a question for you before we begin.
Yeah, of course.
This friend of yours, was he the same one that you said was looking into some money things before? Remember, I warned you
Yeah,
away.
it was, but it's like he knows better. There's no way they could have got this far.
Oh, you'd be surprised. They do move fast, depending on what it is. And sometimes for arbitrary reasons.
Yeah,
Going
but
to competitors or such natures.
I mean, I know Perez. Like he's no damn fool. He would. This is a little bit too much. He's just a kid. He doesn't know better. Like there's no chance he would get mixed in with that kind of crowd. Like I know he was kind of like it was. Listen, it was a lot of money and everything, but like, oh man, Lauren, like there's no chance. Like there's no chance he would have gotten us all mixed into this. Like the entire band got kidnapped. Everybody. Like they're. And then Cairo was talking about something about her and Perez having to skip town. Like it's.
I see. Well, he definitely fell on their radar one way or another, whether it's because he made someone very angry, or whether because he did do something that affected their wallets. Mafioso like this don't exactly move the way they move without having significant reason.
We just
If
gotta
he
find
did
them.
run afoul, then perhaps it was not him, someone else, and he's just the one that ended up gone. in any case, we'll figure it out, and if we can solidify why they took him and whether it's financially based or not, we can figure out how to resolve that.
You're right, Lauren. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. This entire night doesn't make any sense to me.
I know, dear. But it's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. One way or another, we will bring your band home. I can't exactly be a fan of you if you don't have a band.
And I can't exactly become super famous without a band.
So long as you're happy. And Lauren's going to start investigating personal drawers, personal effects, looking for any sort of hidden drawer compartments that would have been a place for financial documents, using sort of his... Because if this guy was dealing with criminal elements, there might be a slim chance that he has some idea of hiding things like this. So Lauren's going to check the instruments, desks, drawers, anything that looks like it has been significantly tossed as if searched already, just to see if maybe there was something that was missed, or, bookshelves, instrument cases.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll an investigation for me.
Yeah. I have a keen eye for details.
Sounds good.
And let me see if there's something else perhaps that I can add to this.
I do think I would apply a criminal psychiatrist here, just because you are dealing with criminal elements. I think it's fair that you're looking for things based on your understanding of criminality, and in that, what helps you do that is your keen eye for details. So I think those two specifically combine together well here.
And can I add a help for this?
Yeah, as well. I'm going to close this. Go ahead and re-roll. All right, there we go. Approve all. Okay, go ahead and ask your questions.
So first, I would like to look for any financial ledgers or statements. So I'm looking for like financial or personal details, any contacts that would have come with that, or I'm basically what sort of financial dealings has he had lately? And looking for any that sort of stick out as being overinflated, or transfers that have come in from seemingly nice organizations such as, the Musicians Help Center, because usually those are fronts for mafia gangs, or, the lenders, they usually use some sort of charity name in front of them.
Yeah. You notice, you look around, and you actually find in his office drawer, a hidden compartment underneath what looks like the bottom of that drawer. You lift it up and you look, and you find a ledger, and that ledger has all of the Vapid Vapor's financial dealings for the last 6 months. And you look, and at the first, it looks very typical of a band who has a moderate amount of success through local gigs and stuff like that, enough to keep themselves afloat, but nothing like big, so on and so forth. And then you see one line roughly 4 months ago, and that line has a significant pay number next to it, and the only thing listed next to it is give me 1 second. is Sancus, or yeah, Sancus, Sancus.
Sancus.
Yep, that's the only thing listed next to it, and it has a big number next to it.
Huh.
Something that would pay for a lot of new equipment, a new apartment, and just the ability to move and shake a lot of things for this band.
All right. And that has been 4 months ago.
That was
Are
4
there
months ago,
any following that line of thought, are there any transactions going back to Sancus? Any amounts that have been sent back? Like premium payment or like monthly deposits or...
Yeah, you continue to look through this ledger, and not everything that was given was used. And it looks like some of what was taken was used as payments to Sencus. But, the influx of money after Sencus was still not that high. And that money did not seem to... And there has not been payments to Sencus now for 2 months.
Okay. So something has interrupted that, which is probably why they're acting now. I guess my next question would be, what phone numbers and or contacts has he been interacting with outside of the norm? I want to find either his pager or his cell phone or his voicemails.
You are unable to find anything like that of which you seek. And I will refund your clue.
Okay.
I mean, all you find is a lot of calls to a lot of big venues that normally wouldn't have been called before.
Okay. Is there any indication... No, I don't think I'd be able to find that here. Moxley, can you think of anything? I got 2 whole big clues for yous.
Yeah, I'm thinking either maybe some newer phone numbers added to a Rolodex. Maybe something like that, or
New contacts within the last 6 months, within the months following Sancus?
Yeah.
Or would that be too much on the head of the phone thing that I just did?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you, definitely nothing nothing to call. I'll give you one thing, maybe, in relation to Sencus, if you want it.
Do I know anything about Sencus as a loan shark, or what the name means in Latin, or has that been something that has crossed my desk with all of my patients?
Sounds vaguely familiar to you. You had heard of it before, but you can't recall. It's something that doesn't come up often enough for you to recall from memory.
That's not really what he focuses on.
But it is something you've heard the name before. It's not the first time you've heard this name. You know it definitely. You can guess because you vaguely remember it. You can guess that it has to do with criminal, something in the criminal world.
Is there anything among the wreckage that stands out as being accidentally left?
Yes. You see a lapel, and that lapel has an eye on it, and the eye is surrounded in runes.
Are the runes like hieroglyphs like Egyptian runes, or are they
I think about
Gaelic or
Nordic. I think of Nordic runes.
Nordic?
Nordic runes. This is not anything that you've ever seen before. These runes, you've never seen. But the runes is the closest thing you have, the closest word you have to describe what these are, and the closest thing that they look like are what someone would describe Nordic runes as, and they surround the outside. It's a small lapel, no larger than let's say a nickel, and in the center is a eye, like almost like an Egyptian eye, without the little curly thing. You know, it isn't exactly an Egyptian eye, and surrounding the eye are what look like Nordic runes, but are not exactly Nordic runes.
Does Moxie like recognize this lapel or anything about it?
No.
Okay.
Neither of you. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Laurent, you have seen this before. You again don't quite recall, but you remember it has to do with some what do you call it? Seal. It is a known seal from some criminal organization, and putting two and two together, you could probably guess that it is the seal of Syncus.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Trying to
something
think
that
of
does not come up often in your conversations. Most of the time, your conversations around gang members come up with the more loud and drive-bys and bullets and blah blah. This comes up very, very, very rarely in your conversations, which is why it's vague to you.
Yeah, I typically, the criminals that I typically get sent are usually those that require a bit more aid. They're a bit of the bloodier types.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily those that fall. Maybe they started by falling into loan shark rings and then ended up having to work their debts, and that's how they ended up as bruisers. But if such information would have come up, it wouldn't have been because Laurent was looking for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I think that makes perfect sense.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Can I get an idea of how the battle went? Sort of based off of, there's a smashed lamp, like is there any signs of blood? Is there any scratches? Where does it look like it began? Where does it look like it ended? What sort of imagery am I getting from the fight from start to finish?
Yeah, so you take a look and try to examine, and you have sort of like that Sherlock Holmes moment where you're just trying to recreate everything going around in the living room. And you can tell from how the blankets lay on the couch that that actually Perez was there. He was grabbed at some point. The lamp was in the kitchen. You can see a pillow that was kicked off. So they had a bit of a fight in there. There's blood on the counter. So somebody's head got slammed into the counter. Maybe it was theirs. Maybe it was Perez's. It's hard to tell. The lamp gets knocked over there. And then as you look, there seems to be scratches sort of alongside one wall near the kitchen. and that's where things end. So you assume by putting things together, the door was blown out. He was on the couch. Maybe he was calling somebody. Maybe he was talking. He was caught unaware. He gets up. They get into a scuffle. That scuffle leads into the kitchen. Somebody gets hurt. Then that scuffle continues just outside of the kitchen. And then either he gets tied up or he gets choked out. Something along that lines. He gets subdued. And it ends that way.
So, Moxley, I have some good news and some bad news.
Oh, that's how this night start, Lauren. Just hit me with the bad news first and then the good.
Well, Perez was definitely dealing with a loan shark. Something pretty significant, actually. For whatever reason, he stopped making payments 2 months ago, and they came calling, and Laurent flicks Moxley the label with the eye and the runes. I recognize the name, not in great detail, but Sankis is definitely an organization that is more known for being on the business side of aspects rather than things like wet work, as far as I'm aware. The good news is that your friend is probably still alive, and the rest of your group is probably still alive. Sankis will want to be able to use you as an asset, most likely. Maybe they're going to have you all sign some binding contracts that will leech the life and fortune from you until such things are repaid, although I doubt they will be lenient enough to ever get you off the hook. Granted, they didn't exactly get all of you, did they? You weren't left anything recently. You said you were at a gig and that's when this trouble started. Was there anything notable that happened before everyone was taken, or did you talk with anybody? Is there anyone that Perez was close to that he would have been on the phone with?
Uh, Kyra pulled me into her office. Like, we had just wrapped up, like, practicing. She pulled me into her office. She started talking about a bunch of nonsense. She started talking to me about how Perez loved me like a brother. Then she put this paperwork in front of me to, like, sign over the band and that to me. And that her and Perez were gonna skip town, like, that night. Like, I was never gonna see them again. Just a whole bunch of nonsense.
I just
Then
want to
suddenly,
say, officially, she never said that it was her and Perez leaving. She just said both of you would never see Perez again. But continue.
oh, sorry, I thought that meant that, her, like, that I would never see them two together.
No, no,
Okay.
oh, no, no, no. I
Oh,
mistook.
sorry.
Yeah, neither her nor you would ever see Perez again.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. All right. Um, yeah, I don't understand. Like,
Do
I don't.
you
Go ahead.
go
Sorry.
go ahead? It's best to get these things out in the open.
Yeah, it's like, and then after that, like, oh man, they went out for a smoke because Roxy, like, before Kyra pulled me in, she convinced them, or she was like gonna go for a smoke, and they followed her out, and then Nia came back yelling, "You don't. There's no chance Roxy could have got them outside, do you? No, this doesn't make any sense."
I think that might have just been convenience on their part. Coincidence. I think most likely Kyra and your Perez knew very much about this Sankis, and I think Kyra knew that they were coming and decided to get out before it got bad. I think what's important is if she left you any documents, anything at all, it might have answers that we need, whether it gives us the name of a broker for Sankis. After all, if this money has been lent, chances are good there might be a clue in those band ownership documents.
I'm gonna
in
interrupt.
any documents in Kyra's possession. If she knew, then she has to have had records as well.
I'm gonna interrupt
I
you guys here. You guys hear on the outside. Hey, what's going on in here? And you hear like the door open. Right, Nia is inside now. I
Yes,
recall it,
yes,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and obvious bodyguard, well, bodyguard is not the right way to put it, but obvious security comes in. Plastic badge and like, what the is going on? What do you do?
Things like building security.
This is building security, and this is your investigation exposing you to danger.
I love the good you did for us tonight.
Excuse me? Who the fuck are you, and why are you in this building? What is going on?
terribly sorry.
And he has his hand on his taser, like he's in Ranger Rick mode right this second.
My name is Laurent. I'm a criminal psychologist with the police department. We got a rather concerning call about a patient of mine who lives here, and I was sent to do a wellness check. As you can see, things are not very well, and I was just about to call my friends, Dawson Quinn of the police department. If you'd be so kind, would you allow me to borrow your phone? And I show him my my credentials for the police department.
He looks at you, or he looks at you. I don't have a phone. I can't afford one. No, but I do think getting the police involved would be
Oh,
a good
absolutely.
idea.
Certainly.
Let me. And he takes out like a little walkie-talkie. Jim, call the police. We need a Doss and a Quinn.
Yes, do you want me to give you their numbers?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, you have a security room here for the cameras outside.
Yes, that's correct.
Certainly, as vigilant as you are, you surely would have noticed if anything strange had happened. Oh, their numbers are 856. And as Lauren's doing this, I'm actually going to be questioning this guy using his distraction to keep him off kilter so that he can give me information. Because I
Sure.
want to know if he's noticed anything strange. Anything his cameras picked up. I'm going to sort of ask leading questions like, was there a black car? Were there several gentlemen? Did you hear anything between this time and this time? But I am going to be just sort of offsetting him and keeping him off kilter by making him do this telephone with the other guy.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I would like to use shady situations and good cop, bad cop if I can do that.
I don't know if
I
I
also
want
have extracting information from the open door policy.
I will give
We
you
have a
extracting.
lot of.
I will
this,
definitely
actually.
give you extracting information. I don't know about good cop, bad cop because there's no good cop, bad cop going on here that I can tell. But I'll definitely give you extracting information. What was the other one?
Shady situations, extracting information. We have both of those.
I will give you shady information or shady situations as well.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I can use. Do I have anything on my thing for this? So I don't think this guy's a criminal.
Yeah, this criminal psych. I would not apply criminal psychologist here.
Yeah, no, I don't think I really have anything to sweet talk him into doing what I want. That seems more like a Moxley thing.
Nope. I think that's good for your role. Unless there's anything else you can think of.
I'm going to go ahead and only use extracting information if that's okay, because I do plan to use pull it together to unburn that tag.
Fair enough.
I know that only gives me a +1 to this, but it's better than nothing. And if we get something, hey, we get something.
I'll give it to you.
8.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to give you the clues you get are fuzzy, incomplete, or part true, part false. All right, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, because he probably wasn't actually paying attention. What has he noticed between the time of? What has he noticed during the time of the abduction?
He's in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Talk to him. And he looks, and then you ask him that, and he says, "There was nothing. We just came in here and seen this."
I mean, perfectly. Do you see all of this? And the lock's completely busted on the door. Are you certain?
If we would have saw something, it would have been on the cameras.
And you didn't. Would you mind terribly if we took a look at them when Dawson Quinn arrived?
If they flash me a badge, they can look at the footage.
Then that will be lovely. I know we haven't put it on here with the attention of our open door policy, but I do believe that we agreed that DOS was added to our open door policy. I forget what.
Well, you guys haven't yet decided whether you were going to do that or wait for the upgrade I had offered you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And we don't have... Okay.
I didn't know whether you guys were going to choose one or the other, but either way. All right, so let's say some time passes. Nia's looking quite tired, quite exhausted during all of this. This ordeal is really taxing her.
I'm going to escort her down to my car so she can rest in the back seat.
Yeah. Dawson Quinn show up. Are you out there? Where are you when they show up? If you leave, the security officer will be upset and will react. But as long as you stay generally in the presence of, they won't do anything.
I think Laurent will pull him with him. Just sort of keep talking, keep asking him questions as he allows Nia to rest in the car. And they wait for Dawson Quinn.
Okay, so Dawson Quinn gets buzzed in by security, and they show up. Hi, Lawrence. You see Quinn. Hi, Moxley. You can see Quinn does not have a very happy look on her face. Doss looks as sweet and wonderful as he always does.
Hello, Doss. Hello, Quinn. It is 3 a.m, and I can understand the feeling. We have a bit of a situation.
What's going
on? Well, first off, it would be very, very helpful. I think maybe you should stop pulling the camera footage for this one. It might be interesting.
Doss, can you handle that? I'll handle everything down here. Doss nods, and he goes up. He gets escorted by a second security officer up to the security room.
Would you, sir, keep a lookout for anyone else? There might be some other cars coming. We wouldn't want to miss them.
No offense, sir, but I'd rather stay. Oh, you're talking to Quinn?
I look at Quinn.
Okay.
So that she can see what it is that I'm dealing with here.
No offense, but I'd rather stay here and watch the 3 of you. You can tell he's speaking through his teeth.
Well, Quinn, I think this is going to turn into an official investigation, and I do believe that policy states we might have a potential murder and or abduction case. And I would prefer that we keep all leads clean. As clean as possible.
I understand, Lawrence. Who was abducted?
Well, and again, he looks at the security guard. I think you and I need to have a loop around and talk about that. You and I.
Alright. You wanna take a loop around the grounds, see if we can find anything?
Yes, perhaps. I'll loop you in with the apartment as well. And I think as he leads her away, just very quietly, he says, I don't exactly trust this man. He says he didn't notice anything, but can you see the state of this apartment?
That's very suspicious. I'll admit.
Considering that we're dealing with an organization, I think he might have been bribed into it.
Where did you find something? What do you mean, what organization?
Yes, I did find something. And he's going to loop around and just sort of subtly, just so that she gets a look at the apartment before leading her away. And of course, pulling Moxley with him. Just so that they're out of the way of the security guard.
Okay. The security guard watches you guys as you leave, but he doesn't. If you walk around the campus, especially with Quinn, he won't follow.
Mm-hmm. So,
Look at her.
first off, Moxley called me very early this morning about most of his band getting abducted right after practice. And Nia, who's in the car over there, she wasn't looking great. I had some really great hand cream that sort of took care of the shiner that she had, but she was pretty freaked out. I haven't questioned her yet on it. But
Moxley, how
Moxley,
are you doing?
do you mind terribly if we loop Quinn into what is happening? Since the two cases are related.
I am doing at the moment. I am a murder. I am okay. It all started a couple hours ago. Kyra pulls me into her office. She tells me she has good news, she has bad news. Not important. Nia comes yelling back in. She's got the shiner in her eye, and she is yelling about these black cars pulling up and taking everyone. I need to rewind a little bit. Before this, Roxy was talking about going to take a smoke break before Kyra pulled me into her office. And so, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brent, on these. So Roxy and Art went outside, and they were snatched while they were smoking a cigarette. Nia comes running in. I hear her yelling. Come out of Kyra's office. We run outside. Black cars are gone. Come in. Kyra has now slipped out of her office through a window, making a fire escape across the city. I can't find her. Okay. Then we get in the car and well, Nia called the cops, which I'm sorry. There's probably gonna have to be some kind of report happening there, and they're probably. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But we came immediately over here to Perez's, found the door busted open. Obviously a scuffle. There's blood in the kitchen, and he's gone. And it's been a night, Quinn.
Lauren, Quinn gives you a sort of thorny eye jab, and you know the look. It's you should tell your friends to do things by the book. Look, and then goes to
He
Mox.
was already here at the time.
Mox, I understand. This must be very difficult for you, and I would have rather you call the police immediately so that we can get in on this as quickly as possible and help you as quickly as possible. But, I understand in such a state you can be frantic. Um, I will
Stop
call
that.
them. I will call headquarters,
Sit down.
and have them put out a message to bring Kyra in. Do you have a picture of her? You can just. I assume you have a picture of her somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe like
I'd have a picture. Like
yeah,
we'd be able to find a picture in like Prez's apartment.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. And so you show her this picture. Uh, may I have this, Max?
Yeah, take anything you want, and I'll even give her like a picture of the band and pointing out who was at the practice and ran off and who Roxy was, so she knows.
All right, thank you.
There is a bit more. I think perhaps, Quinn, you should do an official detail report of the scene.
Yeah, no, I'm going to call in the station. We'll have some more investigators tape this whole place off.
That would be wise. I would recommend I did not notice necessarily anything outside, but there was some people that Moxley's friend Perez was involved with lately, an organization of sorts named Sankus. Apparently, they lent him a bit of money, and he didn't pay, so they came to collect. They did leave behind a symbol, which I believe proves that it was them and not necessarily anything else. And it's also why I don't exactly trust the security guard.
I'll take a look. Do you have? Can I see this? And she takes a look. May I have this, Lawrence?
Yes, I don't see why not.
I'll put this into evidence, and I'll do what I can to look into it. If we find out anything about this Senkus, then I will let you know as soon as possible.
It's come up with a few of my patients, but it's always been a bit far away from me. I'm sorry I don't know more about anything to tell you,
No, that's
other than their own group.
understandable. And then Das rings in on a walkie-talkie. Quinn? It's interesting. There's nothing on the tapes that would show anyone entering or leaving the complex. But something about the tapes seems a bit off to me. I think something's been tampered with.
And Lauren just just smiles innocently. It's the security guard, I tell you.
Well,
Shall we have a look?
I'll do what I can. We'll interview him, and see what he knows. It's getting late, Lawrence. Maybe Nia, that poor girl. Do you have somewhere to take her, Max?
She can come back with me. She can stay with me.
Okay.
She should be safe. Your doors are heavily reinforced now.
Oh. They're tried and true tested at this point.
Alex proof.
Well,
If only.
Lawrence, I appreciate you coming to me. Why don't we take it from here, and I will call you as soon as we know anything.
Of course. There's no one I would trust more. I'm sure there's a lot of great investigators, Quinn, but you are the best.
She smiles, and you can see all of her hesitation fades as she receives this compliment. It means a lot to her. why don't we take a small break here, and then I don't know. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do? Nina's sort of tired. It is late. Did you want to do anything late this night? I think you guys would all be feeling some sort of exhaustion.
Fatigue, yeah. I
Yeah.
think Laurent would make a. I think Lauren would catch Doss to meet him for breakfast tomorrow. Because he wants to know what Doss has seen. And if
Okay.
it's on the weird side, then Doss would probably understand and tell Laurent.
We can potentially play that out. Let's take a 5 minute break and then come back, and we can go back from there. What do you guys say?
Sounds good.
All right, sweet.
Sounds good.
Yep. See you in 5. All right.
So this year for my birthday, I wanted the boys to roast me. I only gave them an hour's notice.
Welcome to hell, sweetheart. Did you hear they're making Indiana an honorary TikTok F-boy? This is by default because she got so much of their DNA in her. She's practically one. Oh, and it's funny that she got famous from a show called Chicken Girls because of how much she likes. You know what I mean?
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm here too.
All right. Awesome. Okay, let's pick up. Let me. Oh shoot. All right, let me turn off the TV here real quick. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, so just picking back up. Vespardi, you wanted Laurent to talk with Doss the next day. Mox,
Yeah, I think.
sorry, go on.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
And then Mox, was there anything you wanted to do before the night was over?
I think before the night was over, I'd probably try and go to Kyra's apartment to see if she's there.
Yeah, sure. Are you taking Nia with you?
Oh, actually, oh man, I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'd probably bring her with me and just, yeah, I'll bring her with me.
Okay. All right, Nia's coming along. She does seem like tired and out of it. But you take her back to the office. Of course, Kyra's not there. It's exactly the way you remember it. What do you do?
Oh no, not the office.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop Nia off at my apartment, get her settled in,
Okay.
and then I want to go to Kyra's apartment itself.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How? All right. So you go to there. You don't have a key or any way in. Why don't you describe Nia's apartment for us? Or not? Sorry, Nia. Kyra's apartment.
So, I mean, I haven't been able to get in. Hers would probably like. There's not gonna be a lot of music and stuff like that. She'll probably have something like a ticket board where like she's seen bands and she puts like the ticket stubs back up on there. But it looks maybe a little bit definitely a lot messier than like Perez's, just because that seems to be the way she is. She's just a little bit messy. But yeah, I definitely just go there and like start knocking on the door to see if she's even around.
You knock on the. Let's say she has a bit of a nicer place, and it's one of those apartments where it's not like a multi-story, right? You can just get there right from the grounds. You knock, you get no answer. There is no car there at all.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna break in and take a look around.
Yeah. Go ahead and how are you gonna break in? Are you gonna use your powers?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my powers. So change the game.
Yeah.
Metal objects is still burnt, so manipulate mechanical object. Oh, turn solid matter into liquid.
Yeah, well, describe what you're doing to this door first and foremost.
Actually, okay. I don't want to like destroy the lock because I still want it to kind of still be seen. Like it still looks like it's functional. I don't want to destroy it.
Okay.
I just want to go in and kind of like maneuver some of the mechanics so it becomes unlocked. So I'm using manipulate fully mechanical objects to try and get in without breaking the lock.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So for you, right? That's just manipulating the mechanical objects, right?
Yeah, it would just be that.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh god, my rolls are terrible tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you manipulate it, but it's dark. You're tired. I am going to, as a hard move, inflict a status onto you, which is I'd like you to give yourself a status of exhausted and jittery too. You also are affected. I mean, you're usually late at night, but this has been quite the night, and you are just very exhausted. This is shown. Your powers are not as under your control as you would like, and as you do it, the lock gets shifted into a place that no lock should even possibly get shifted into, and is permanently locked in.
Oh, okay. I think I would just get frustrated, kick the door, and then probably leave and go back to my apartment and try and sleep.
All right, yeah. You go back to your apartment. Nia's asleep on, let's say, on the couch. You
Oh no,
wrap.
I'd let her take my bed and I'll sleep on the couch.
Okay, yeah, she's asleep on your bed. You lay down on the couch and wake up in the morning to the sounds of Kia. Just sort of, she sits down on the couch and she's shaking a little bit. She's nervous. Your eyes open and you feel better. You can get rid of that status. That was only for the night. She just looks at you and she looks lost, totally lost, and she just says, "Can we get some coffee or something? God, I need some coffee."
Yeah, yeah. I know a great place. Let's go get some coffee and some food. Last night, oh God, last night.
Yeah. Um. You guys take a drive over. Where are you going? Is it Persephone's Diner?
Ah, yeah, Persephone's.
Yeah, you guys make your way over to Persephone's Diner. Um. You sit down, and the diner is neither empty nor packed. You can hear the bustle of like overworked kitchen staff, and you hear some shattering of some glass in the back. God damn it, Bob! Is yelled loud enough in the diner for everyone to hear, and the waitress comes over. Howdy, y'all. Sorry about that. Do you know what y'all be having today? And Nia quickly spurts out, "Coffee, please. I really need some coffee." "My pleasure, dear. And how about you, darling?"
Uh, make that 2 coffees and just full service breakfast. Like Nia, you gotta have something to eat.
Yeah, okay. Will do. I think that some eggs and bacon sounds really good. What do you think?
Eggs, bacon, sausage, toast, pancakes, and a little bit of French toast and some extra syrup.
It's that
It's
kind of
that
morning?
it's that kind of morning.
All right. You got it. And she she doesn't even hand you guys the menu. She just grabs everything up and walks away. Max, what are we going to do?
I'm handling it, Nia. I'm handling it. Listen, you just need to be safe and stay out of sight. I don't listen. I can't lose you too, Nia. I'm gonna take care of this. It's gonna be okay.
What did Kyra talk to you about last night?
She was going on some nonsense about it's Perez basically skipping town and never seeing him again. I honestly at the time it just seemed really out of left field and total nonsense. I don't know what she was going on about. And the fact that she jumped out the window, like I don't understand. Like there's gonna be something. Like you must have overheard some weird phone call or like even when the guys came from the car, did they say anything?
No, they just parked and ran up and just started grabbing us. We didn't even think anything of it, but they just ran out of the door, grabbing everybody. They would have grabbed me too, but
But I mean you fought back. And I mean they let you go. They didn't grab you, but like were you the only one fighting back?
So at this point, Nia stands up and says, I gotta go to the bathroom. And she takes some steps over to the bathroom. And she looks back at you, Mox. And she says, Mox, I'm real sorry. And as she walks away, two men come and sit down next to you. One sits across from you, and one next to you. And they're both wearing blue pinstripe suits with some dark gray fedoras. And they have on their collars the lapels that you recognize from last night. No sudden movements, Mr. Mills. We aren't here to hurt you, and we don't want to make a scene. If you're having any violent thoughts, I'll have you know we have gunmen watching outside. And most importantly, we have your friends. They are safe for now, so long as they are useful. Mr. Mills, our one and only use for them is to make sure that you behave. Do we have an understanding?
If you hurt our hair on their heads, what do you want? Just give them back. We'll get you the money. What is this all about?
Mr. Farada has failed to pay his debts. In our agreement, he listed Art Norris, Cliff Owens, Nia Hart, Roxy Rees, and Kyra Cunningham, and himself as collateral. Every member of the Vapid Vapors, except for you, Mr. Mills. As Nia has just paid her debt to us, we have in our rightful control 5 of your friends. And we would like to make an arrangement, Mr. Mills. We know what you are, and we know what you're capable of. Work for us, Mr. Mills. 5 jobs, he puts his hand up, for 5 companions.
I don't think that's going to be how this works. You can't just take they weren't collateral for Perez to give. The deal doesn't make sense. If Perez got himself into this, then this is on Perez, and we can deal with that. And I'll do that job for Perez. But for everybody else, no, it doesn't make sense.
Those were the terms of the negotiation, and we accepted, and so did he. The band members got what they got. They wanted the results of our money. Did they not? They wanted the glory of a bigger and better life, and we had the means to provide. Unfortunately, Mr. Farada was not able to come up with his end of the bargain. Whether or not you see this as fair is not our concern. We have in our possession 5 of your companions, and they are safe, so long as you do what we ask.
All right. What do you want of me? Who's asking me to do anything? Like, who are you people?
Our organization is called Sankus. We are a fair organization. We work within the chaos that is the underground, the black market, where others cannot be trusted. We always fulfill our duties. We always are true to our contracts. And it is for that we have gained the reputation that we have. We have a lot of buyers and sellers. We have many jobs, difficult jobs, with nobody we could find to complete them. And that's where you come in, Mr. Mills. We need you to complete some arrangements for us. Some difficult arrangements. Some arrangements I don't think anybody else could accomplish quite like you.
What are these arrangements?
He hands you a manila folder. He hands you 2 manila folders, I would say. One of them is all your friends. You see pictures. They're all tied up. They're in different, they look like basements or cellars of some kind. It's impossible to really place them from where they are, but they all look like underground, tied up, restricted. Art is a bit bruised up. He seemed to put up a fight of some kind. Perez has a mild injury that fits with what you saw last night, with what Laurent had told you about what happened last night. The other manila folder, as you look through it, has a man in it and a factory. And as everybody's going through this, after everything bad comes in manila folders. Anyways, as this is going down, the waitress shows back up and starts eyeing you and the 2 men. And before she can even speak up, the man takes out a $50 bill. We aren't here. We were never here. We no longer are in need of coffee. He puts the $50 bill in her hand and she walks away. We have a job, but I cannot tell you the details until you've agreed to take the arrangement. You are to do some research for us, and then upon the completion of that research, you will need to complete the task that has been assigned to us, the contract that we have acquired. You will not be able to know ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds. I'm not looking to be a hired gun for you.
Not everything is as such.
And if I decide to do this for you, who do I talk to? Who's my point of contact?
I will be. We'll have he lifts out a bag, sort of black velvet bag, pulls out of it a pager. You'll be able to contact me with one of these.
And what's your name again?
You can call me Jeremy for now. Mr. Mills, I don't think you're a man with a lot of options. Your friends are only safe, are only unharmed. So long as we have use for them, I will remind you. Your friends are practically worthless to us otherwise. You are the only one worth anything to us. But you are not in the contract. And we take that very seriously here.
Great, I'm not in the contract, so I get to be a little murder monkey. I understand. I get it. Give me the damn pager.
He hands you the pager. And he hands you the rest of the black bag. Good. For each job, we will give you a preliminary assignment. Research work. You can give us a full report on the people or places we assign. We will then give you the task in full and a deadline. Should you complete it, should you succeed, we will return one of our captives, Mr. Mills. Should you fail, should you inform the target, should you betray or harm us in any way, it will have dire consequences for your friends. Do we have an understanding?
I understand you perfectly clear. Just give me the damn bag and get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore.
He smiles in this very sinister, evil sort of smile. He hands you the bag. Inside the bag is a high-tech, high-quality camera, and enough money to pay for your living expenses for 2 months. Jeremy points at the manila folder. This is Mr. Delanos. He owns a weapons factory in the industrial district. We just want to know about his security measures and what he does in his off time. That's it for now. And we'll need more than just your word, Mr. Mills. Please use the camera in your research and in your job assignments. As soon as you finish, with proof, we will release one of your mates from custody. And he stands up, and so does the guy across from you. Good day, Mr. Mills. And he tips his hat at you, and they walk off.
I'm definitely gonna watch them leave. And like, I'm if there's windows in Persephone's, I'm gonna try and watch them and see what kind of cars they get into, and if there's any plates or anything I can get.
They are black limousines, or not limousines, but black like just expensive cars. I'm I'm not a car guy.
Yeah.
They're just black, expensive looking cars. You do get a plate on one of them. It's N35129.
Okay, and is Nia still around, or is she gone?
You cannot see her anywhere.
Did she steal my car, or is that still there?
Your car is still there.
Okay. I think I'm definitely gonna get in my car. Oh, I'll take a look around for Nia if I can find her, but otherwise,
She is
I'm gonna
gone.
get in my car. Okay, I'm immediately gonna call Lauren.
Go ahead.
Ring, 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 ring.
Ring, 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 Lauren.
Oh, are you calling me or Nia?
No, you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Lauren is actually heading to breakfast also at Persephone's talking with Dawes right now.
Yeah, why don't we say you had already called Doss. Doss has agreed, and you're literally just about to get on your way to the diner.
Good morning, Moxley. You are up outrageously early.
First of all, I don't know whoever came with the phrase "good morning," but today that doesn't apply. A lot's happened. Number one, Persephone's is terrible. Don't ever go there again. The wait staff can be easily paid off. We can't trust them. Number two, I just had some interesting visitors. Okay. Nia and I went to go get breakfast, and she set me up. Some of the guys from Sankis showed up.
Are you
Lauren,
unharmed?
I'm fine, but they're trying to pin me into doing some jobs for them to free everybody else. 5 jobs, 5 people. They showed me photos of them. Some of them are a little roughed up, but otherwise they seem to be alive. But Lauren, this is I have no idea how they talked to Mia, how they got a hold of where we were going to be. This is I don't understand. I like do I see like I'm like now looking around while I'm driving, like do I see anyone following me?
No, you don't see anybody particularly.
Like I
Um,
managed like he gave me a name, Jeremy, but I doubt it's his real name, but I managed to get one of his plates. It's like N35 129.
we can run
Sorry.
it. We can run it and see if it comes up. Or in a public system, those are all public records.
I
However,
just
chances are good it's not going to pull. I mean, it now makes sense why Nia was able to get away in the first place. She's a very small woman, and these are very heavy bruises. A bite isn't going to scare them off. I am on my way to breakfast with Doss about the security footage from last night.
you're not going to Persephone's, are you?
I mean, we arranged for it, but I can call in a different restaurant. One probably closer that Doss would appreciate.
Maybe one with an open seating outside so we can watch everywhere. Oh God.
There is
Moxley.
Shinobi Diner from
The Shinobi themed diner where
yes.
everyone's spying on you all the time. Moxley, it's going to be all right. We can trust Doss.
I mean, I thought I could trust Nia.
I know. Doss understands a bit better the strangeness of our situations. Would you trust me then?
Of course, Lauren. I trust you with my life. I mean, they already showed up. Like, I can't imagine they're going to show up again, but I don't know.
No, but they will keep tabs on you for a good while. I'm not quite sure exactly who they're going to have do that, but they will.
Listen, I
If
don't even.
there's
I'm a little bit worried about giving even Doss and Quinn the plate number. Like, if they run it, these guys said if we make anything for them difficult, like betray them in any way, they're going to start killing people.
maybe they should have gotten to you sooner. Or they should have been a little less obvious. But why don't you meet with me before I meet with Doss? If anything, it'll just be extra information for us. We don't need to continue having the two of them work. I doubt that without intervention, Quinn will get very far. Though she could help us put in some red tape where we need it.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
It's up to you how you want to play this, Moxley. I'm not quite sure what these jobs will entail for you. But we're dealing with mafioso. It's not going to be pleasant.
No, they like want
It's
me to
used.
spy on this guy, and then they tell me they're gonna have a task to do afterwards. They won't tell me the task. They want information, and then they give the task, and it's no
Did
promises on their
you
end.
negotiate terms and hard lines?
They weren't really in the negotiating mood.
One would think so. But when it comes to having something of value or use, you can put down terms. They are going to have more jobs if you wanted to avoid something heavy like wet work. You're not a murderer, Moxley.
And I don't want to be. I don't want this to change. But listen, I'm not going to kill anybody. But I don't know. Maybe Maybe the tasks aren't killing anybody. Maybe it's just messing up a couple businesses. That I don't know, Lauren. I don't know. I don't like any this deal. I don't like being beholden to these people. They how the hell could Perez get me into this? This is ridiculous.
I know, Moxley. I had hoped to ward you off from it before, but these things happen and it's not your fault. It's not in your control.
No, but it's not anyone. He put everyone up in as collateral. What kind of person does? What kind of person does it? What kind of people accept that? Like it's not even just himself. He put all of us as, or all of us but me as collateral. It doesn't.
He might not have had a choice. If he had met with someone like us that they have on their side, he could have easily been forced to make a deal. But we don't know any of those details. Those are what-if statements. Let's deal with what we do know. You have some jobs they need you to do, and it'll get your friends out, and that seems like a quick way.
All right.
So, do you want us to do this?
We need to do something. I can't just let them die.
Then we do it. You have my support, and I will aid you. In the meantime, we will continue to watch them, gather information upon them. And if you want, and the time becomes right, then we crush them.
Shouldn't be allowed to do this. I want to crush them.
Then you'll crush them. I'll simply help and offer you support. I'm sure Alex can give you a big mallet.
Oh, I hope so. I hope that they have the biggest door and I get to watch them run right through it.
Then that is what we will do. Whatever comes, Moxley, we will face it. We will get your friends back.
Thank you, Lauren. I feel better. Let's meet up with Voss and see what he's found out.
It definitely couldn't hurt.
All right, I think with that, you guys will make your way to
A new breakfast place that isn't Persephone's.
Yeah, let's say it's a 5-minute diner, known for in and out, quick meals, hot and warm. Big place for the industrial zone workers. On your way to 5-minute diner, Lori, you receive a call from Quinn. Assume you answer.
Yes. Dr. Summers speaking. This is Lord.
Hello, Lawrence. I told you I'd tell you if I found anything out about Senkus, and, well, we did find out a little bit. I interviewed a few, some of the underbelly here we have locked up in the station. And they have quite the reputation. They are a broker. An information broker. Also a monetary broker. It seems as though everyone talks about them as though they are sort of the guarantees, expensive guarantees within the black market. They don't seem to have many projects of their own, but if you wish to get something done and get it done anonymously and know that it will get done or you will have your money back and more, you go to Senkus. Now they have quite a cut, a very, very sizable cut, but you'll know it will get done. Their reputation is one of secrecy and trustworthiness and assurances. And That's about all I could find. They say fairly anonymous. The leader is somewhat unknown. They say their group is technically capable, but small and elite. This is all I could find.
I see. That is unfortunate. I had hoped that there would be some two-bit criminals, you know, something that could put Moxley at ease.
Unfortunately, your
More
friend
difficult.
has gotten in league with some high-end loan sharks, I'm afraid.
Yes. Well, nothing can ever be easy, right?
I suppose it can't. We
Just
have
so strange.
escalated. They don't seem to make much of a splash, so I don't think they really have had much of a profile here at HQ, but I'm doing what I can, and I have made the presence known a bit further. I'm afraid, Lawrence, it will be difficult to hunt them down while we have more aggressive and in the open crimes to deal with. But for us, I'll do what I can.
I do understand, Quinn. And I thank you. I do want you to be safe, you understand?
I'll be fine.
So I think for now, this alone has put my mind at ease.
Please, Lawrence, trust me. Lean on me if you need to.
I know. I can trust you.
Okay. Alright, well, give Max my regards.
I certainly will. I will try and break the news easy.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Quinn,
Yes.
those big cases. Knock them out.
I will. I'm gonna give him hell.
Oh, I know you will. You are the best.
Click.
Laurent is probably driving at this point. I don't know if Moxley has gone with Laurent to this new place or whether they're meeting. Oh, they're meeting up there because
Yeah.
they were
Yeah, I'm
technically.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, Moxley's just been on the other line listening to Elevator.
Yeah, I don't know about the phone situation necessarily, but yeah, we'll assume you also informed Das
Yeah,
of your
we informed us of the change.
the change. Yeah.
And I think that gives Moxley and I some leeway. And I loop Moxley into what Quinn has found.
Are you gonna wait for the diner to do that, or are you gonna call him early? Do you think?
I'm gonna call him early just so that he's aware.
Okay.
Also because if Mox wants Laurent to get Quinn off the case, it's gonna have to be now. But yeah. So.
Yeah. Why don't we say, yeah, you let him know you guys have that call, and then you guys arrive at the diner, 5-minute diner. Das is not there yet, but he'll be there soon. You see Mox sort of pacing in front of the diner.
I just go up to Mox and loop an arm over his shoulder. Let's get some coffee.
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 Thank you, Lauren. Coffee.
Yes, coffee. Sit coffee. Before Das gets here. About what they found. 2 coffees, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do.
I don't know, Lauren. Like, I'm just worried. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. Quinn can definitely help us, but it's if we give them more information, I don't know how Sank is going to react. The information, I don't know.
It may be best take Quinn off the case now. After all, you didn't know before. They cannot hold that against you. They are a criminal organization, but they are a law in the underbelly. They will adhere to that. It is part of their pride. That being said, it's their own damn fault for being so obvious. So they can't punish anyone but themselves if the police have caught on to them because of something that they failed to do properly. That sounds a bit cold, but that should be their mindset. As elites, that's what they will be having as their mindset. And I'm sure it galls them to no end that now their name is actually known. Through no fault of yours, naturally.
Yeah. I just don't want to. Yeah, I think it's for the best that she isn't involved, and hopefully that way, damage done is damage done to them. But it made it clear that we're not trying to screw with them, at least for the cops in that way. We need to hold our hand and hold it tight. We can't just have it open to them.
It is true. We'll see what DOS has to offer us from the surveillance. And we'll go from there. Moving forward, we'll gather as much information as we can between us. And when you're ready, you can tell us what we do with that.
All right, I think that's a good plan forward.
It's at this time Das shows up. He walks in.
The DOS.
Hello, Lawrence. Max?
Boss?
I'm sorry for what you had happen to you. We're doing the best we can.
I appreciate it.
He goes and he asks for a coffee. Lawrence, you wanted to talk about the tapes.
Yes. I wouldn't normally intrude on an investigation unless it was for reasons that you know about. If this is something outside of the norm, then I would like to know what it is that's out there operating.
Well, it's hard for me to say. I can't tell if the work was done by someone like us or of someone very skilled in their trade. I'll do what I can to find out more, but
It's okay, Doss.
it was
So
tampered with. The tapes were definitely tampered with. And my suspicions do not lie with the security. I think we're dealing with somebody with a lot of skill. Whether that's this or more. I can't tell.
Well, thank you. I think that's all I really needed to know. Have you talked to Gwyn this morning?
Yes, she's on the hunt. More passionate than ever. I worry about her. She thinks she can take on the world. She doesn't realize quite how viciously the world can bite back.
That's what I'm afraid of. I had hoped we were running with something small time. Something average or normal. Not that crime is normal. Thus. But, normal mafiosos, normal gamuts, and even those are still dangerous. Courageously so. But I fear this is a bit beyond that. With how skilled they are, they must be. Do you understand what I'm saying, Doss?
I think so.
If there are other cases that you can turn that passion to, I would recommend it.
I try to steer her towards what I think is safe. She's a passionate woman, though.
She wouldn't be Gwyn if she wasn't.
He takes a sip of his coffee. He looks definitely worried, but he's a big man, and he's confident in his own abilities to deal with the fight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hulking man. I want you both guys to know this guy is a giant amongst men. He sits there like a fucking Hulk.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a complicated situation. I think for now, though, we have what we need and we can rest assured. Consider that case closed.
I don't think the chief, for what it's worth, has put much interest in this. Myself and Gwyn have talked to him this morning. He gave us a lecture about the Reds, and all the Reds have done, and how we can't go chasing after circumstance and tales of secret organizations and conspiracies, that we need to focus on what we see in front of us. And so Gwyn says she's undeterred, but unfortunately, Lawrence and Moxley, I think our jobs will be focused elsewhere. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't be. You are both busy people, and we do appreciate everything you do for us. Always. Besides, if anyone can take down the Reds, it is Gwyn. And that does need doing.
Well, we've got quite a few of them. We pulled in half a dozen in one bust lately.
That is impressive.
Oh, gotta follow the money, that's what Gwyn says.
That is true. The money and paper trails never lie. Thank you for coming out, Gwyn.
Yeah.
Say, Doss, when are you going to ask out Gwyn officially?
I don't
When
think
is
it's
that?
like that. Gwyn doesn't see me like that, I don't think.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure that Gwyn sees any man quite like that. That's my hunch. I don't know.
Perhaps. Maybe she needs to know you're interested.
Perhaps.
She can be very focused on everything else, very sharp about everything else, but sometimes when it comes to people, she
Oh,
can be adorably oblivious.
that's true. Too tied up in her work, I think. I tried to tell her to go on vacation. She won't listen to me. Maybe a doctor's order would do her good.
Oh, I think I know a doctor or two that can provide one of those.
Something to relax. Every time I try to talk to her, she says that she doesn't have time. That if she relaxes, that's 5 more murders that wouldn't have happened otherwise. But I don't think it is quite like that.
Let me.
Maybe just talk to her.
Oh, Moxley.
Yes, Lauren?
About those women with you the other night, did you take my advice?
The other night?
Oh, yes. Remember, we had the whole conversation about your health and.
But, oh. Yeah, of course. I went to go see the doctor a few days ago. Yeah, he gave me a full bill of health. Perfect. Everything's fine.
You know, Doss, Moxley is very good with the ladies. If you need dating advice.
Max, I like your fashion. Where do you go? Where do you pick up your shirts?
There's this great place over on 5th and Avenue. Let them know I sent you. They'll give you a discount. And yeah, Doss, you ever want to come clubbing one night? I can show you around. Maybe sometime this weekend.
I think I'd like that.
I think that'd be a great idea.
I think the ladies would love you.
Dust looks at Mox, and then looks at you, Lauren, and picks up his coffee. He says, "Well, I really do have to get back into work. Make sure Quinn doesn't go crazy, and also give the chief more hell than either of us would like. I think I should be on my way."
Thank you. And Lauren will give him a big hug.
He hugs the both of you back. Good luck to both of you. If you need me for anything, let me
Just clubbing apparently this weekend.
know. Where Quinn is incapable of being discreet, I can be.
I know.
Though there's no investigator quite like Quinn. And he walks out.
I would say that is a good open door for when you're ready to fuck over Sankus, you have a good route for it.
I definitely appreciate the setup. And boy, do I really want to fuck them over for everything they've done so far. This is... There's evil people, Lord. Like, this is true evil in this world people.
Oh, I know evil Moxley. Very well. I don't disagree with you. Moxley. About the well.
What about it, Lord?
Are you still affected by it?
I'm still technically affected by it, right?
You are still technically affected. Because Alex is taking this session out and going to vacation, I'm giving him, but and he is unable to participate, unable to get any benefits from participating today. You guys do get benefits from participating today, and therefore, this is that status has not been cured. For
Okay.
you.
I
You
mean,
will,
yeah, it's still hitting me, not as much as it's hitting Alex, but everything just feels a little less than usual.
Lord winces just a little. I did not know what to expect going in. If it was just physical damage, I could heal it. I was confident. Well, no, I was nervous. No. I'm glad that you both went with me. I don't regret taking either of you. I just wish things had been a little different. For you and Alex.
I mean, I don't think we regret going. It happens, but we all lived. We're still alive. Like anything that happened to us, like we'll be all right. We can maybe fix it.
Yes. I probably should have told you going in what I had expected to find. I didn't think it would be important.
I mean, did you expect a giant squid to pop out?
I did not expect the giant octopus made of souls. No, I did not expect that. But I did expect to find, I don't know, the instant we saw the house, I knew what was going to be there.
Well,
I suppose I could have dealt with it more quickly.
I mean, what's happened. I mean, there's no going back. But like, I'm sure we'll be all right. Alex will come back. Maybe he'll be a better self after this vacation. I mean, it's just everything's a little bit off, but it's honestly maybe it could even just be everything that's going on.
Yeah. But before we go to the next well, I will tell you. I now know what to expect, so you and Alex should at least know. That way you're not surprised. And you may know what to look out for if I don't see it right away. I would be willing to host a session for you to deal with the trauma that you experienced there. Or we could just have a meditation session, or we could deal with it by creating some fond memories with DOS apparently at a club.
Maybe just a full week of just clubbing and drinking and no craziness. Just 1 week, no broken doors. That's all.
I don't think we've had a down week for a good long time.
We got about 5 days in, and then suddenly all hell broke loose.
Yes. Terribly sorry about that. In any case, what is your first objective here? What do we know?
So it's a man named Mr. Delanos. He owned.
Yeah, you can take out the folder, and I'll do some descriptions of what's inside.
Okay, yeah, I'll take out the folder and show Lauren.
Yeah, so you see a picture of a typical, let's say, Italian man, short hair, tattoo on his arm. The what do you call it? God, my brain. Dossier on him is lists him as Ray Delanos, and he is a weapons manufacturer. You can see a picture of his factory from the outside. He is he has a wife and children. He is his residence is located in Happyville, but his business is obviously in the industrial zone. That's pretty much all you have on him. Just a couple pictures of him, and his factory.
And they wanted to know information on like his security measures and what he does in his off time. They want us to record it, right?
Yeah, they want information. Yeah, so each and I'll go over now. This would be a good time. So I'm going to give you, as I've given everybody, a tier 5 status, which is under the thumb of organized crime. 5. So long as you value the lives and well-being of those people in your band, you'll be unable to resist the asks of organized crime. As you reduce this, I will, just like everybody else, reduce the status. Each, likewise, like I have done with everyone else, during your downtimes, you may investigate your mythos, and part of investigating your mythos will contribute towards that goal. So for your downtimes, you could, in your first one, each one will unlock after a certain amount of downtimes, anywhere between 1 and 3 attempts. Your first one will only take 1 to unlock. The first one will be about investigating Mr. Delanos. And yeah, they just want to know, all they've asked for is information about the security measures at the weapons factory and what Mr. Delanos does in his off time. So basically taking some pictures of the weapons factory, seeing some of their security measures, just what you could find from the street. They're not asking you to do anything active, this is just research. And doing some tailing of Mr. Delanos to see what he does in his off time. And that would be sufficient.
Okay.
But yeah, so going forward, the gamified version of what you need to do is during your downtimes, you may choose to do an investigation relating to an assignment they've given you. If you do enough of those, you'll unlock the ability to do your personal case by giving them that information. And then they will give it to you. You do it. One of your bandmates gets returned to you, and your status gets reduced.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. The status will apply in pretty niche situations. But you will have a reputation amongst high-level organized crime that you are currently under the thumb of Sanctus. And so you'll have a hard time convincing, intimidating, pretty much anything social of any kind relating to organized crime, as you have a level 5 status, they won't see you as a serious threat until the status is removed. And as you remove the status, you'll have a greater and greater ability to fight back against people relating to organized crime in a social manner. You'll always have the physical ability to do so. There's nothing. It's just that they're anybody who knows the situation you're in will not consider you a credible threat or somebody worth concerning themselves over.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. So the first step is we have to research this man, yes?
Research him, find out what we can know about what he does when he's not at work, find out what the security is when, I mean, just in general around the building, security cameras if they have patrols. And we have to record it. They gave me this super fancy camera to record everything.
The easiest thing would be first is to get where his public records are. Something easily accessible to the masses, but one cannot underestimate those.
I mean, it would be super easy if Alex sold him the security system he uses.
This is also true. We could start by scoping out his venue of business. We know where that is. Granted, we're not exactly stealthy, but
We're not, but maybe we just play it off like we're going to be eating lunch, chill. I don't know. We'll just have to be careful and just hopefully not draw too much attention.
indeed, we'll do what we can. And if things get a little dicey, then we'll do what we do best. We'll operate around the edges. This man is a weapons manufacturer. And considering that Sankus is after him, I have no doubt that he's into some sort of other shady business. And ran afoul of perhaps an arrival.
Perhaps they just want a really good deal with him. Maybe they're trying to find out this information just so they can get on his good side, find out his hobbies and help him.
Yes.
It's a wishful thing for Lauren, but
It would be very easy to seek out public records of his wife and child. And we could follow him for a day, see where he goes, what he does. The wife is bound to have friends who know a bit about her habits when he's not around, and that tells us more about his habits. I'm sure he has a favorite bar that he goes drinking. It's a lot of places to start. So where would you like to start? We can start today, if you'd like.
I think it'd be a good idea to just get started today. We can just go to the factory, take a look around, see what we can see, and hopefully move on from there.
And I think I will stop you guys there. From a gamified perspective, I will ask you to use the downtime to get there, but you are free to narratively do as you like. But I think this is a good place to end the session.
All right, cool.
11. Awesome.
So when you say a downtime to get there, is that Moxley's downtime to investigate this?
Yeah, just in the same way I'm giving everybody. Everybody has the same sort of gamified setup. You use your downtimes to investigate your side cases. You do enough of those, and you get access to a case, personal case, and then narratively you guys can do whatever you want, but nothing will be fully satisfactory enough to move you forward until you use enough of your downtimes towards your personal case.
Okay.
Yep, and just like you have for discovering the well, just like Alex has for discovering his Arthur, and now Moxley for doing work for Sankis.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Well,
This was crazy. Like when I didn't know what to expect, especially when everyone just gets kidnapped.
I was hoping Nia betraying you was gonna be like a good like jaw drop moment. I was
That I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be Roxy.
yeah. I was hoping to throw you off a little bit with Kia and Roxley. I wanted to try to throw you off of the trail. Oh, by the way, just as a thing, Kia is in those pictures, right?
Yeah. They would. They would be in the pictures.
They would be in the pictures. So just so you know, they are also captured. But
okay.
yeah. So it's Kia, Cliff, Perez, Roxy, and Art.
Okay.
Yep.
Because Nia's still out.
Nia is out. Nia was going to get captured, but made a deal with Sankis in order to get herself out. But yeah, I was hoping that by making by having Kia know a little bit ahead of time what happened and being all nervous, and with Roxy, I don't know, initiating the smoke, that might throw you off of Nia's trail, which
It did.
Yeah.
Like Kyra, I thought might have just got tangled and realized it was gonna bail. I thought Roxy was the one who kind of set things up by getting them all to go smoke. I did not expect the Nia reveal.
yeah, I was happy about that.
I expected to be Kate who did everything.
So
awesome. For my knowledge, going forward for next week, are we going into downtime, or are we?
Yes. So for next week, I've been avoiding the downtime. Oh my God, it's Alex.
Ah!
Oh, Alex appeared.
We were just finishing up. Oh my God, perfect timing just to finish.
Yeah, we're wrapping up and everyone's kind of heading to bed. So I just wanted to hop on for a second, see what's going on. I saw y'all were on.
Yeah, well, I recorded everything on stream on YouTube, so you'll be able to see all the good moments.
Fantastic.
Anyways, so why don't we? Yeah, so for next time we will go into downtime. Everybody will have an opportunity to do downtime, including Alex. I gave Alex a free downtime for the sake of not being in this session, but that free downtime had to be used to recover the status.
Yes.
So that narratively, that downtime is him taking vacation with Rachel. But every one of you, including Alex, will be able to do a downtime before we start out with the main case next week. You guys are also free to, Lauren, I know you kind of wanted to talk to Annalise. You're free to do that. There's nothing stopping you. So if we want to start out next week, kind of talking over that or doing some of those scenes, that's totally okay. You can do that if you want. But basically, we'll do downtime. We can do any cleanup, any wrap up you guys want to do, and then once it makes sense, I'm gonna just throw you guys into the next case.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And that'll be the final case of this. I'll say chapter. You have 3 cases per chapter, 3 chapters, and that's the book we're running through. Sound good?
Sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
All right, cool. All right, well, this is just for Vespardi and Rule for Mox and Lauren. How has the crew grown this session? Again, you do not have to answer. Answer authentically, however you truly feel. If you don't feel like it's been grown like strong, that's totally okay. Again, you guys are way ahead of the board when it comes to crew growth, but that's not a problem. But it, just to let you know.
I would say that the crew has grown a little bit, at least in the sense that I think it's clear that whatever Moxley is deciding to do going forward with this, that's how it's going to be done. And I think Lauren and Moxley sort of sitting down and saying, okay, well, how do you want to do this? What's the play? How do you want to go about this? Are we involving so-and-so and so-and-so? Like planning out what avenue we're going to use to go through this, or if we're just going to go through this solidly.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
No, I think that makes sense. You guys have made strong attempts to like really understand, like take the time to do what you need to do, and like not just jump into the scenario, but like really plan ahead and know where you guys need to be.
That's not us. That's not what we do.
Well, I think it was a very big thing of originally we were like, yeah, we're going to get Dawson Quinn involved. And I think it was a big deal that Moxley had them call the police first, even before anything else. Because that was a thing. I don't think Nia ever called the police. I think she just said that she called the police.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even consider that.
Because you left Nia to call the police. And I don't think she did. But we ended up calling in Dawson Quinn, and then after talking about it and realizing the situation, we came together and altered that to suit an avenue that we thought would better fit, one, the safety of Moxley's peers, but two, getting revenge in the sweet way. In the way that Sankus won't see coming. So until it's all just too much to stop.
There you go. All right, yeah, go ahead and mark attention for crew then. Rule, do you have something you want to say?
No, I think that's it. Like it covers. Like I was going to talk about like just even trust, but I think that was going to be more of my like just which character has the most meaning. Like I think Moxley is starting to trust Lauren a lot more. Especially before, Moxley may have been a little bit scared about the things that Lauren could do. But, like, he's immediately thinking, like, shit, I'm in trouble. I need to call Lauren. Like, I need help with this, and I trust Lauren. And, like, Lauren's judgment is something that Moxley trusts.
That's good. Yeah, I agree. All right, make sure you guys, I don't know, Lauren, or Vespardi, I'll give you, make sure that you mark the attention for the crew. Yeah, and then get the help point towards Lauren. Lauren, do you have something different to add for which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session?
I mean, obviously it was Alex. No, I'm kidding.
Alex actually listened to what Lauren suggested, so yeah, naturally.
Yeah, Alex actually did go on vacation. But no, yeah, I think this is sort of a little bit piggybacking off of before, but look, it is a trust thing, you know. I think Lauren likes Moxley. Lauren sees Moxley as sort of this arbiter of this is the line where I have to be in order to be human, and Moxley's the one that reacts in a way that I know that I'm doing something real bad. But I think there is a lot more trust there, especially because, you know, Moxley's now involved with this underground society, which means, you know, that there's a lot more going into this that is, I think, something that Lauren would probably be more comfortable with over Moxley, which is a strange thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Laurent believes at this point, going forward, that if he shows a bit more of who he actually is, that that's okay. That Moxley isn't going to get freaked out.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and register that help point. This isn't anything, but I do want to make sure we are limiting to some extent how much we're stacking. And I don't think this has become a problem, but this isn't in the book necessarily, but I want to put on a cap of 3 help points per person. So, like, towards per person. So you could have at most 6 help points total, because there's 2 other people you could have it towards. Just so that I don't think that this is a problem. You guys do use them, but I just don't want us to, like, hoard them and then, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
it is a problem for me, but to be fair, I haven't been able to apply any helper points for a while.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure, if you have them now, that's fine. Just leave it be. But going forward, I just want to put a cap at 3 for the help points, just so we're not like going overboard, and we are using them in the sessions. All right, cool. And then I was not able to make a hard choice, unfortunately, this session. So I don't think anybody had their themes under strain. But, it's never a bad idea to take a look at them and to think about how you're going to switch them. Okay, so I'm going to close the